So someone reached out to me with a simple question, and it's a question that people all around the world in relationships, some people have grappled with at one point or the other. And the question is, how can I tell if my partner is cheating on me? This is a human question, right? Some people could be in a situation where they're noticing their partner acting in a strange way and it's raising suspicions, but they don't have proof, or they don't know, okay, I've noticed this thing, I've noticed that thing, but I don't know what to do with that. I'm struggling to wrap my head around it. And here's the thing. There is no one universal sign that your partner, if they do this thing, that they're definitely cheating. However, there are certain behaviors that if your partner starts to display these behaviors, that you should be concerned. And even if it does not mean that they are 100% cheating on you, it at least suggests that there is tangible, conspicuous discord in the relationship, okay? So I want to explore some of these things with you. So the first thing is, if your partner all of a sudden starts to talk about how they feel like they've lost themselves in the relationship and they have lost their independence, and they don't want to spend time with you, they need space, they're telling you they need space, and you try and suggest activities or ways of spending time, and they turn down everything, like, no, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this. And even when they do accept to go somewhere with you or do a particular activity with you, they cancel last minute. This is something that should be a cause for concern. Like, if someone is saying, oh, well, when I was single, I used to do this, but since I've been in the relationship, I've lost that part of myself. Here's the thing. If you're in a relationship, you cannot expect to have the same liberties you had when you were single. And this is the reality of being in a relationship. You give up certain things to gain something else, to gain something meaningful. So if your partner starts saying things like this and making you feel bad, and now you're feeling like, oh, I because of me, they've lost their sense of independence, etc., that is not okay. That is not okay, and that is a cause for concern. Now, another thing is, another sign, if you wish, is one person starts going out at irregular times and returning at irregular times. So I knew of this couple where one person, the partner, would typically go out at the weekend with friends or, with their partner. But all of a sudden, she started going out, during weekdays after work. So her partner, he wouldn't see her the whole night. And she would come back at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and he would ask, like, where have you been? And she would say, that's none of your business. You're not my father. I don't answer to you. Right? If you notice this kind of thing, this is a cause for concern. Going out at irregular times, coming back at irregular times, then you try and ask them what's going on. They give you inconsistent accounts of their whereabouts, and they're hesitant to tell you where they've been. That is a cause for concern. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's look at the next sign. Your partner starts to talk about, like, openly about how their needs are not being met. My needs are not being met in this relationship. You can't satisfy me, right? And they start criticizing you, putting you down constantly. My needs aren't being met. You just can't meet my needs. You can't give me what I want. But they're not willing to explore ways to handle the situation. Okay, you're saying I'm not giving you what you want. So what do you need? What do you need from me? How can we work on things? Okay, a partner saying I'm dissatisfied. That's all right, provided they're willing and they're ready and they're open about how they feel and they want to explore solutions. But a person bemoaning the fact that you're not giving me what I want, I'm dissatisfied in the relationship. Okay, tell me what you want. But no, they're not willing to even explore that. But they want to keep beating you over the head. Again, this is something that would raise a concern, right? Another thing could be they start talking about sexual fantasies involving other people. I know one couple where, the guy was telling his woman, like, oh, I would love to sleep with this person or that person. And, she found it really frustrating and she didn't know what to do about it. Long story short, turned out she was being cheated on. Okay? Like I said, think about it. Think about it. Your partner talking openly about sexual fantasies with other people. that should be a cause for concern, okay? What's another sign? They start to develop secret friendships, okay? They're meeting up with this person that you don't know, and they're, when you ask them about the person, they don't want to, they're very cagey, not really giving too much away. Maybe this friend calls them while you're around, and then they leave the room to take the call, and then when they come back, you're asking them, oh, what was going on? Who was that? And they're kind of shady. They don't want to give away too much information. That's a cause for concern. Because why? Why can't you introduce your friends to me? Why are you having secret friendships? Why do you have to leave the room to answer the call? Definitely a cause for concern, okay? Next thing could be, maybe they have a friend of the opposite sex, and all of a sudden they start doing sleepovers at the friend's house. I mean, this is just completely inappropriate. Oh, but we're so close, we're childhood friends, etc., etc., etc. Here's the thing. A boundary is being crossed, or you have not set sufficient boundaries in this situation. So I would definitely be concerned, especially if they start doing this out of the blue, then that is a cause for concern. Now, the next thing is you find that they're using a dating app or escort service. I mean, that's as clear a sign as ever, okay? I mean, what more do you need to see if you notice that? That is betrayal. That is betrayal. Why are you using a dating app or an escort service, right? So these are just some signs that could be an indicator that something is going on. But at the very least, these signs indicate that there is something wrong with the relationship, and you need to arrest the situation and try and get things back to a functional state. Try and address the dysfunction, because all these signs are signs of dysfunction. So even if they're not cheating on you, there is something not right, and there's something that needs to be addressed, and you need to get to the bottom of it. So if your partner starts to exhibit some of these behaviors, maybe they're going out at irregular times, coming back late at night, you might be thinking, okay, you ask them, what's going on? Where have you been? And they don't want to tell you. I don't answer to you. You might be thinking, is my partner a narcissist? And narcissism is a term that gets used a lot in today's culture. But it's important that you educate yourself on what narcissism is, and then you can make a proper evaluation. So I want you to watch the video that's on screen. So I hope you've enjoyed this. See you next time.